goal percentage. Since replacing Mike D'Antoni last season as Knicks head coach, Mike Woodson, 38-14. The defensive mind of Woodson has Knicks fans dreaming big. All right, let's take a look at the NovoCure pain management injury report. As mentioned, Carmelo Anthony hyperextended his left knee yesterday. He's had a variety of injuries all season, but he is out tonight. Raymond Felton out with a sprained right finger. It happened early third quarter, diving for a loose ball yesterday at the Lakers. Amari Stoudemire hasn't played yet. He's still out, coming off the left knee surgery. Hopes to return next week. Marcus Camby played yesterday, first time since late November. Sore foot. Rasheed Wallace is out with a sore foot, so a lot of injuries as Tyson Chandler connects.
Well, the most difficult thing for the Suns, you watch film, everything starts and ends with Carmelo Anthony. Now they have to guard everybody because you just don't know who's going to be offensively aggressive for the New York Knicks.
Here's Marcin Gortat. Nice move on Chandler.
It really is. You know, his footwork has been getting better, and he's using it more when he catches the ball in the paint.
Chief weapon for the Knicks, the three-point shot, but they have struggled with it the last 5 games. They've shot just 31% from downtown, and they've lost 3 of their last 5. The Suns have also struggled with their three-point shooting, 22% over the last 2. Dudley can't put it down. Chandler, who is 10th in the league in rebounding, gets it. Here's Kidd. He fires from 3.
Just amazing how he's reinvented his game. But as I said on the pregame, he doesn't have to do a lot of the things he did as an ultra point guard in this league, and his shooting has just been off the charts.
Three-pointer missed by the Suns. 5-2 Knicks. 10:20 to go in the first. Way off. And that was James White. They're trying to get him into the slam dunk contest. The Knicks are. He's got some athletic skills. And Brown is fouled on the overplay by White. Hey, Phoenix Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. More 4G LTE covers than all other networks combined. Goran Dragic trying to get on track after a couple of tough games. Cross court Dudley. Dudley, who has been shooting ball well. Gortat 4 on the shot clock, posting up. The fadeaway, in and out. Scola there for the loose ball. And this is going against New York. It's on Kurt Thomas, who didn't like the call. Mark Davis, Haywood Workman, Gary Zielinski working the game. Kurt Thomas and James White get in on it.
You know, most nights Luis Scola has a difficult time with fleet-footed power forwards, especially rebounding out of their area. Tonight he starts off going against a guy in Kurt Thomas who's a lot older than him, a lot slower. And so this is an opportunity for him to take advantage of a guy that has a tough time moving his feet laterally.
Thomas is 40. He's the oldest player in the NBA. As you know, Eddie, he's a day older than Grant Hill. Have you calmed down yet after seeing your daughter?
No doubt.
Sing the anthem? Okay, just want to make sure you're keeping you cool. There's Ronnie Brewer. Because that's got to be an amazing experience to see that. She did such a great job.
Yeah, you know, she's done it so many times now. It's like I relax now. Before I didn't.
I saw you taking some pictures.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, you know.
But why were you taking pictures of me? You should have been taking pictures of her.
I don't know. You just looked good the way you were smiling when she was singing.
I did enjoy it. Dudley enjoyed that. What a great voice.
She got it from me.
I was going to say, and hers is good too. Kidd wiggles it over to Thomas. Thomas lets it go. Oh, I know he called it.
You know, what bothered me about that shot is that he backpedaled like he knew what he was doing.
Here's Dragic now penetrating. Tough pass handled by Dudley, who tight ropes the sideline. 9-7 Knicks. Dudley pounds the hardwood with the ball. Here is Shannon Brown. Brown from 3. Gortat fights for it, but just couldn't get the clamps on it.
But active on the offensive glass.
Johnny Brewer turned it over, palmed the ball.
He was locked in and throwing a lob to Tyson Chandler. You know, you only get one opportunity to catch that chance to throw it. And he tried to push the ball quickly to see if he can get the ball to him.
Early shooting. The Knicks allow a stingy 96.5 points a game. Of course, Mike Woodson very defensive-minded, and they're an example of the Knicks defense led by Tyson Chandler. But Woodson feels the defense has slipped of late, particularly in the paint. That's short for Thomas. And as mentioned, the three-point shooting has also gone cold. Little step back by Brown.
Well, the one thing you don't want to do is start to go one-on-one against this defense. It lets them off the hook.
Brown averaging 15 in his last 12 starts. Thomas, boy, he's not bashful.
No, that's a shot. You know, he's like Scola. Anything around. He played it for Phoenix a couple of years, and the fans know all too well. He'll get that shot around the free throw line. It's as good as gold.
Real nice fit for Mike Woodson. Dudley in and out. Comes out to Kidd, the former Sun. Storms into the forecourt. And in rhythm, he drops it. That's a long two.
I mean, you know, it's amazing how he's turned himself into a shooter.
And he had been playing shooting guard most of the way. Now he's more of the playmaker tonight because of all the injuries, and Brown sticks it. Again, a long two. Kidd, 39 in his 19th year. Future Hall of Famer, 10-time All-Star. Threw it up for grabs, back tap. Here's White. White for three. Scola gobbles it up. Had a little trouble from Kidd, and he rolls it, bowls it over to Crockett. Dudley thought about it, fires it up over Thomas. Pretty.
So he got a good rhythm on the dribble, knowing that Kurt Thomas was not going to attack him on the perimeter. That's the shot that he was going to get. Kurt Thomas was not going to allow Jared Dudley to get to the rim. As a shooter, you got to take what he gives you. That's a little 12-footer. Just knock him down. Knicks
by two. Knicks have found the right formula. Good blend of offense and defense. They don't fast break you to death. Bad shot there by Jason Kidd. That looked like a tired shot. Very flat.
Well, he's not going to shoot a high percentage if a guy's right there in his face. He's not used to that. He always has passed those shots up.
So here comes J.R. Smith, who we talked about on the open, replacing James White. And J.R. Smith had 25 yesterday in the loss at the Lakers, and he has been on a tear. Having his best all-around season by far. Here's a steal by Smith. The trailer was Thomas, and he's fouled. Jared Dudley hacked him.
They man running the floor.
Yeah. They don't fast break, as I said, the Knicks, but they do take advantage of turnovers.
Well, they're a lot like how San Antonio plays, right? They won't push the ball, but what they'll do is it's a rule, right? Quick shot by a team, long rebound, turnover, you can run. And that's when they do it. That's why they don't turn the ball over, because they don't force the issue.
Raymond Felton out with the injured right pinky, which occurred in the Laker game yesterday, and he's had hand problems all season. His shooting is down, but his scoring is up. Knicks have 8 fast break points. Suns 0 so far, and that is not their game as Dudley sticks it.
Garrett just showing off the little short mid-range game.
14-13 Knicks. The Knicks average just 10.8 turnovers. That's the best in the league. Quick release by Smith, and he rattles it in.
Trust me, look, he knows Carmelo and Felton is sitting over there. He's going to play a lot of minutes, and he's going to get a lot of shots. And so if you're guarding J.R. Smith, you've got to get him off to a slow start early.
Rockets double team, so he found Gortat. Nice pass. Goran Dragic, who leads the Suns in assists at 6.3. And had the season-high 11 assists against Charlotte 3 games ago. Smith, very athletic, great leaping ability. Has been known to put on some spectacular moves. That was a pretty move. Couldn't get it to go. Suns down 1, 4:52 in the first. Gortat with a spin move. The lefty half hook from the baseline.
I mean, that's a nice shot. That is not easy going to your offhand, knowing you don't have much room on the baseline.
Timeout, Knicks. Suns lead it by 1. Jared Dudley, very efficient. Suns have the 1-point lead with 4:35 remaining in the first from Phoenix. The Kia card brought to you by Kia Motors, proud partner of the Phoenix Suns. Spotlight on former Sun, future Hall of Famer J.Kidd, his 19th year. He's 39, 10-time All-Star, spent 5 years with Phoenix, 5-time All-NBA first teamer, All-Defensive first team 4 times, 2 of them with Phoenix. Second all-time in threes made behind Ray Allen. Number 2 all-time in assists and steals behind John Stockton. Here he is in action as a Sun.
Look, he has just been one of the dominant point guards to play in the NBA. And look, when he was in New Jersey, especially, he got into the finals 2 straight years. But he has just been a facilitator, and it worked for him in Dallas. That's how he got his championship, and one of the better defenders as well.
Teamed with current teammate Tyson Chandler on the Mavs when they won it in 2011. 3-point attempt there by J.R. Smith, or as they sometimes call him, J.R. Swish.
Well, if he keeps shooting it like the last 2, it'll be J.R. Brick.
But Kidd, he's really brought focus to this Knicks team. And Jared Dudley in focus there.
Well, giving a guy a dose of his own medicine, number 16, Steve Novak. You can't leave him open.
Tyson Chandler with the ferocious dunk. 18 for the Knicks, 19 for the Suns. 3:45 to go in the first. Suns have made their last 6 shots. Novak, who got whacked in the face hard yesterday. Nice pass to Jared Dudley.
Look, Jared Dudley just progressing through his offensive moves against Novak.
Nice assist by the center, Gortat. And a hard foul there on J.R. Smith as he was going for the dunk. Dudley got him.
Well, Dudley, the play before, was able to just go off the dribble. That time, Novak understanding it, trying to deny, but not doing it effectively. Jared Dudley walks him up, goes back door, gets the easiest layup he'll ever get when a guy defends you like that because of the very good pass from Marcin Gortat.
So here's JR in his 9th season out of St. Benedict's Prep in Newark, New Jersey, originally from Freehold, New Jersey, not far from New York City. An 81% foul shooter, missing the first. I was announcing for the New Orleans Hornets when J.R. Smith broke in as a rookie, and he has really come a long way in 9 years. So he gets the second. Suns by 2. He wanted to start earlier this year as Goran Dragic flips it out to Dudley, over to Brown. Brown fires from 3. Long rebound. This is Smith. Smith 1-on-3. He doesn't care. He just barrels in.
Trying to draw a foul, and that's why you have to be careful anytime he puts it on the floor.
Didn't get it. Chandler connects from the baseline.
Yeah, that's a guy that doesn't shoot. I mean, you know, he's known for just really getting lob dunks and layups. But again, when you have 2 of your top scorers out, everybody feels like they can step forward.
Yeah, he's the defensive player of the year, not the offensive player of the year, but from 3 feet and in, he's pretty good. Smith, nice move, dazzling, and then knocks it down.
There's a lot of footwork with the dribble, no doubt about it. He kind of walked Jared Dudley backwards.
Goran Dragic with a quick counter punch, and it's 23-all. We go end to end. Again, Carmelo Anthony is out. J.R. Smith lost the ball. Here's Dudley from Dragic. Hard foul. And Alvin Gentry perhaps campaigning for a flagrant. But it's just a hard, common foul.
Up and down. That's the rhythm the Suns are in. And it's worked.
Great to see our military being recognized tonight during an early timeout. Well, now you could play the Arizona Lottery's new draw game, weekly winnings. Drawings happen every Tuesday and Friday, and when you win, you get $1,000 a week for a year. Taxes paid. Game on, everyone, because you can't win if you don't play. 2:07 to play here in the first quarter. We're tied at 23-all. And Steve and Eddie, I know you guys talked about the recent struggles of Goran Dragic, but very imperative for him to have a solid game tonight. When you look at his numbers over the last 2 games, not the kind of play that Alvin Gentry or Goran Dragic expects of himself. 6 of 21 from the field, 2 of 7 from beyond the arc, only 6 assists. Alvin, in talking to him before the game tonight, says he'll be fine, just needs to continue to be aggressive, whether he's setting up plays for himself or, more importantly, for others. Early indicators are off to a good start. 3 assists here early on.
And Kevin, he's so significant because when he shoots 50%, the Suns win. When he shoots in the 40s, low 40s, the Suns lose.
Well, to me, when you're ultra aggressive offensively, then it's easy for you to get assists because the defense is trying to stop you from getting to the rim and being creative. Now your avenues are open to find your teammates, and sometimes Goran gets caught in the middle, whereas he's not aggressive offensively, and then he's trying difficult passes, or confidence level goes down and he's not attempting those passes. So I think it's all based on his offensive aggressiveness early on.
35-year-old rookie Pablo Prigioni, number 9 in the Knicks lineup. Turnover against the Knicks, who average under 11 a game, number 1 in the league. And that is their 3rd. 25-23 Suns. You like to see this aggressiveness by the Suns, particularly coming off the lopsided defeat. Pass by Gortat, skips out of bounds. Suns trying to snap the 2-game losing streak after winning 4 in a row. And here's Michael Beasley coming off the flu bug, so he steps right back in. Jared Dudley sits now looking very sharp. High man of the game with 13 on 5 for 7. So here's Prigioni, who's quite friendly with Luis Scola from Argentina. Foul on Gortat, his first. In fact, it was Luis Scola who was partly responsible for advising Prigioni to come to the NBA. He's been a spark plug off the bench.
Well, he's been effective. I mean, he just blends right in with the other veteran, older guys on the team, and they're slowly starting to come back. I mean, Canvas, you know, he plays his first game, I think, yesterday. And, you know, Kurt Thomas, and then with J.Kidd. So they have a number of guys that can offer that advice if he's another.
And Tyson Chandler is there. Chandler was on a tear when we were in New York earlier in December. You remember he was like 37 for 44. He was on one of these historic Wilt Chamberlain type runs.
They're all done. I mean, right, layups because of Carmelo Anthony's ability to draw the attention.
Here's Beasley, and he gets right into the act.
Well, he can get that shot on Novak anytime. Novak is a liability offensively. It's up to Beasley to make sure he doesn't hurt him with the 3-point shot.
And J.R. Smith can't connect. Ripped down by Gortat. So Beasley's out there with Markieff Morris, Gortat, Tucker, and Dragic. The step back by Goran Dragic.
So the aggressive move off the 2-man game forces the switch, and J.R. Smith, not a pristine defender as well on the perimeter, he was able to get his look.
The Dragic now 2 for 3, has 4 points. Quick release by Novak, the 3-point specialist, who led the league last year from downtown. Foul is on Tucker, his first. The Knicks won the first meeting, 106-99, December 2nd at Madison Square Garden. Carmelo had 34 that night, but if you're just joining us, he is out with a hyper-expended left knee. So J.R. Smith hits the first. Today's game is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Make sure you hear about our next big sale. Text your email address to 83793 to sign up for weekly click and save emails from Southwest Airlines. Ronnie Brewer checks back in. Steve Novak sits down. didn't score. And JR hits the second.
Solid scoring quarter for the Phoenix Suns. I mean, you know the Knicks come in a hot team. They're very hot from three. I just thought offensively it's been established in terms of what they can get.
Fouls on Prigioni. They lead the league in threes attempted, about 11 or 12 a game, and in or threes made, and threes attempted, about 27, 28. Here's Dragic now with the little lefty move. And that's the end of the first quarter. So we've come to the end of quarter number one from US Airways Center in Phoenix. The score, the Suns 29, the Knicks 27. Phoenix Suns basketball is presented. Good start for the Suns, who've made 10 of their last 13, shooting 57% for the game on 12 for 21. They lead it by 2, 29-27 after one. Let's take a look at the bucket chart, brought to you by your hometown KFC.
Jared Dudley came out strong, and look at that. I mean, that's all really spacing, finding creases, teammates getting him the basketball. But when you're knocking down mid-range shots early, it improves your confidence from deep. And so expect Jared Dudley, if he continues that effort, to have a solid game shooting the ball.
Sebastian Telfair into the game. Nice pass to Beasley.
Sometimes a few days off can do you good. And you get a chance to sit back and think and wonder where you are in terms of your game. Michael Beasley off to a good start.
Novak for three.
Look, he needs an inch. And when you give him an inch, he'll take 3 miles, not one.
He shot him at 47% last year. He's at 43 this year. Chris Copeland into the game, and he commits his first foul. 6'8" rookie out of Colorado. P.J. Tucker in there with Sebastian Telfair, the two guys who like to disrupt defensively. Beasley, O'Neal, and Morris up front. Suns by one. Here's a steal. Off the errant pass by Telfair. Then Telfair tries to get it back, and Tucker helped him out.
Yeah, he stripped J.R. Smith. He was about ready to do a spin move, and Telfair read it all the way.
O'Neal with Camby, just back from an injury. Nice strip by Prigioni. Good save, but it's off Camby.
You know, Jermaine O'Neal, he understands. He's gone against Camby a lot, but here's right here. He relaxed. He was getting ready to spin, and Telfair read it the whole way. That's a scouting report understanding of what Smith likes to do. But on this end, O'Neal's got to go quick against Camby. You can't be methodical. You give him time, he's going to knock the ball away on him.
Beasley gets it back to O'Neal. Cuts across the paint. Tucker from the corner. Novak from three. Tucker brings it into the front court, and Telfair will set it up. Morris, top of the key jumper. Too strong. Camby the rebound.
Yeah, and really had a lot of opportunity to take his time against Novak, who was out of position.
The quick Smith guns it over to Prigioni. Copeland with the screen. Prigioni in a crowd. Unorthodox shot there by Camby, and it's going to be last touched by Prigioni.
Yeah, Marcus Camby's jump shot kind of reminds you of Satchel Paige when he was pitching.
Okay.
Kind of winds it up. And he winds it up from the left.
Interesting analogy. Don't look back. What's the expression you say? Don't look back. You just never know who's gaining on you. Something like that. I messed that up. Here's Morris. Telfair with Novak. O'Neal off the ball fake. Copeland checking the three-point line, and then he traveled.
Well, you can obviously see the Knicks are struggling offensively, and the Suns have to continue to put pressure on J.R. Smith. Now, he'll get his 20 probably because he's going to take enough shots, but you want it to be a 20-plus shot night in order for him to get the 20 points.
Here's Morris now. Doesn't get the roll. Shot clock down to 10. Prigioni for three.
Yeah, he went up under that screen. Anytime you go under the screen on a guard, they want to have a career in the NBA. You got to know how to knock down that shot every now and then.
Suns, who were very hot earlier, have missed their last 5. Knicks by 2. And a whistle by Gary Zielinski. Was your all-time favorite holiday gift? Text TV1 for electronics, TV2 for transportation, TV3 for a pet, and TV4, I think this should be, for sports gear. Text your choice to 95323 and stay tuned for the results throughout the game. Normal messaging rates apply. If you participate in tonight's game, you could win tickets to an upcoming Suns home game. Now, by electronics, we mean like a TV, a phone, a computer, transportation, a bike, a skateboard, a car, a pet, a dog, a cat, a horse, a scorpion, sports gear, basketball, football, shoes.
A javelina.
So have fun with
I'll say pet for me. I mean, I got my little Bashan.
You got Boo.
Angel.
How's Boo doing?
Boo's good.
Boo's good.
And Angel's beating up Boo because Boo can't bite back.
Because Boo is not real. Here's Beasley. Boo's house trained, though. Housebroken.
Yes, he is. I don't know, though. I put her in the corner the other day, and I came back an hour later. She was in the kitchen.
I forgot to tell you about that. Prigioni, 7 on the shot clock. They work it around. J.R. Smith, 4, 3. Boo, of course, if you're joining us late, is a stuffed animal that I presented to Eddie a few weeks ago, just before, before the holidays.
J.R. Smith picks up the second one, and Mike Woodson's looking at him saying, why? Because he knows he's got to leave him in there to score. But anytime if you're a Sun and you get him on the block, as Beasley has, as Marquise Morris had him down there that time, you got to put pressure on him to play defense.
The full timeout now for Alvin Gentry. The Suns, he's not happy. The Suns are 1 for 7 in the quarter. They missed their last 6, but it's 2 quarters for the Phoenix Suns. They looked great early on, and now they're struggling. They lead it by 2 to the New York Knicks. The Laser Pass, sponsored by Schwartz Laser Eye Centers, teameye.com. See the best that you can see.
Look, good ball movement and then good foot movement. You know, and that's the key right there. Marcin Gortat dribbling the ball at an offensive teammate, and then the teammate going back door.
Just 2 points for the Suns. Gortat on the bench, and J.R. Smith with the dunk.
Well, that's when they run. You know, they have some very good athletes, these young players. So if you're the Suns, you can't turn it over because they don't turn it over.
8-0 run, and Telfair squeezes through.
Turn that corner in that 2-man game, you'll see the avenue right away, and he's as quick as anybody to the rim.
Nice move by Prigioni. And then he gets it off to Camby. That was all set up by Pablo.
Yeah, he bounced that right into his tummy.
He got the step on Telfair and then found Camby, who had an easy deuce. Telfair carving his way through, and nice play by Camby. Knocks it out of bounds.
Well, Suns turn it over. Just a mishandle, and then J.R. Smith, the best athlete probably in the building.
And Jermaine O'Neal connects with the elbow jumper, and it's 37-35 Knicks. Here's Prigioni. Camby. Camby again blocked. Camby again blocked, and a foul.
Well, aggressive nature is what Alvin Gentry has to preach against this Knicks team, because they're going to continue to keep coming. And Marquise Morris and Jermaine O'Neal down there playing volleyball, and I don't see where the foul is. I was saying, what was the first one? It was no first one. It was a block.
Let's get it over to Kevin Ray.
Well, Steve, you were just noting the Suns struggling there in the early portion of the second quarter after that great start in the opening quarter. No surprise, Alvin Gentry going back to Jared Dudley, who leads all scorers with his 13 points. You notice he called that timeout, very animated during that timeout, because felt they missed numerous opportunities in that first 5 minutes because they weren't making the extra pass. Too much one-on-one. One of the keys he felt tonight against this Knicks team is jump on them early. So we'll see if this bench group, which had 40 in the first meeting against these two clubs, can try to capitalize here over the last 6:20.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Knicks by 2. Little baseline jumper won't go for Beasley. Suns ball. Tyson Chandler will check back in for New York. The Knicks 20-8. They've got the second best record in the East.
You know, they're trying to keep pace and stay close to Miami. So they're trying to figure out a way to have a successful road trip at the end after losing to the Lakers. And, you know, they're a beatable team when you make them run off of the three and make them creative. And especially now with Felton and Carmelo out of the lineup, should be a lot easier job for the Suns to get done.
Mike Woodson a little concerned that they've slipped a bit defensively, particularly points in the paint. This is the second of a 3-game Western swing. Foul on Prigioni. Questions the call. They lost at the Lakers yesterday. They'll be in Sacramento Friday, and then home Tuesday to play Portland.
Jared Dudley, I think, got a gift, because I don't know if he was driving to score that time, but after the whistle, he kind of acted like he was scoring and got the call. My man.
Hey, Alvin Gentry's wardrobe is courtesy of the clothery at the Biltmore Fashion Park, 24th Street, Camelback. Alvin's a gentleman. He apologized to the team for the 2 technicals. He was ejected the other day against the Clippers, and he said he's going to watch out next time. He's going to keep his cool. Smith fakes right, goes left, carving his way, gets it over to Chandler. Copeland from 3. Chris Copeland.
Sometimes it's infectious, you know, and Suns fans have seen that for a number of years here, where certain guys that don't take a lot of threes, they get that invitation to do it and they'll knock one down.
44% from 3-point range. This is a 22nd timeout for the Suns. Suns down 340 to 37. 5:43 left in the second. And this 22nd timeout is brought to you by Studio B Smiles, your hometown dentist and team dentist for your Phoenix Suns. Suns head out on a 3-game Midwest swing. It starts off in Indiana on Friday. Interestingly, tonight's game between Indiana and Chicago in Indianapolis has been canceled because of the heavy snow in Indianapolis. So let's hope everything's okay for the Suns to get out of town tomorrow to start their 3-game trip.
You have your snow boots?
I'm telling you.
I know how to pick the trips, huh?
Yeah, you're not with us. It'll be Ann Myers Drysdale with us over the course of the 3 games, and it'll be on to Minnesota, another bombing place.
You've been in boxing too long.
Yeah,
I pulled the okey doke on you. No, Indiana's one of my favorite cities. Great basketball town, and
yeah, it is.
It's just a wonderful place to call a game.
And they're playing well, the Pacers. Here's Dudley, too strong, rebounded by Kidd, stolen away by Dudley.
He dunked it. He dunked it and hung on the rim. Jared's been hanging on the rim lately after he dunked.
That is his 3rd dunk of the year. Suns within 1. The give to Smith. Long pass to Copeland. That's pretty good court vision by J.R. Smith to find Copeland.
Well, and that's what Mike Woodson is hoping for, that J.R. starts to draw some attention and find teammates.
He wanted to start earlier this season. I started saying that earlier in the game and was unhappy that he wasn't starting, but he's accepted his role. They bought into Mike Woodson's mindset, and it's worked. O'Neal.
That's a lot of luck there for the Suns, but they'll take it. The air ball from Goran Dragic, trying to get it over Tyson Chandler, but Jermaine O'Neal, he has a few little nieces in there, and he takes advantage of them.
So it's the Knicks by 2, 4:30 to go in the half. Copeland again from deep, the long 2.
He's trying to do a Carmelo impersonation. I guess Carmelo's been lighting him up in practice. He's like, let me show you a thing or two.
Chris Copeland, 6'8" rookie out of Colorado. Knicks bench doing the job. 25-10. Look out. And that's a backcourt violation since Dragic. It was last touched by Scola. And then Dragic touched it. It'll be a turnover, and that's the 7th on Phoenix.
When Dragic ran past Steve Novak like a Corvette against a jalopy.
Defense.
Smith with Dragic. 9 on the shot clock. Nice head fake. And basket by J.R. Smith. 11 for Smith. We said it on the open. This should really open the door for a guy like J.R. Smith with all the injuries. Here's Scola.
Allowed Jason Kidd to fly by and showing a quick release that time to get it off.
And the Knicks by 4. Knicks trying to avoid a rare 2-game losing streak. It's happened to them once this year. Kidd from 3.
Wow. They've done it all year long. So I talked about running them off of that line, making them 2-point scores.
The Knicks are 6 for 6 in the quarter from downtown. 6 for 10 overall. Here's Dudley. And answer the 3. Well, if the Knicks had any problems from 3-point range in the last few games.
So Jared Dudley trying to move his count up. Sneaky is what you call a guy like that. Misses a shot and then comes right back in and takes it away.
He's averaging 15.9 since returning to the starting lineup 8 games ago. Has at least 19 for the last 5, and he had that string of 3 straight 20-point games from December 14th through the 19th.
Yeah, and that should give you confidence to come out and be aggressive. I thought in the Portland game he didn't. And so, you know, when he plays well offensively, this is a very good basketball team in terms of competing and giving themselves a chance to win. And I'm sure Alvin Gentry would like more of that aggressive nature.
Kidd on the drive and kick. Copeland, who's looked pretty good but couldn't connect there. Here's Goran Dragic. Fires it up. Doesn't get the roll.
Chandler's not going to come up and guard him. And so Goran can get that shot all night long. He's got to just set in his mind that he's going to come off and shoot it without hesitation.
Nice backdoor by Kidd, huh? To J.R. Smith.
Yeah. Well, that's the dangerous part. Anytime Jason Kidd's involved in any type of two-man game, he will find you if you make a mistake defensively.
9-2 run. He passes, he scores, he rebounds. Threat from three, Jason Kidd, he does it all. Rarely goes inside anymore, but it's okay. Battle for the loose ball, out of bounds to the Knicks. This is what Mike Woodson wants, right? The way they're playing.
Ugly.
There's no rhythm to the game. It's like they're stuck in mud, but it's working.
Well, when you don't have your star player, a guy that's playing at MVP level, and Carmelo Anthony, you want to junk up the game, and that's what he's doing here. And the Suns have to find a way to get out of that and take care of the ball better.
Yeah, the Knicks have been successful here. Minute 25 to go in the half, and there he is again, Copeland. Chris Copeland, 10 points, 4 for 5, and 11 minutes off the bench.
He hit a jumper, and he has 10 points, and he got so excited, he went to the other end and picked up his third foul, one of the silliest fouls I've ever seen. But offensively, again, that's Carmelo's footwork. I'm telling you, the young man obviously is watching.
Yep.
And he sees his opportunity. But the foul on the other end, when you're as hot as he is just downright silly, but a good move in terms if you're a Phoenix Sun, get him off the floor.
They picked up his third. Mike Woodson will soon insert Kurt Thomas. And Copeland will go out. But he provides 10 points, Copeland. Marcin Gortat, 69% foul shooter, had 18 and 10 in the first meeting. And has a team high 8 double-doubles. Only had 8 points though in the Clipper game. Knicks by 10, their biggest lead 11. Smith with the follow-away. And Gortat gathers it in, his fourth board. Now make it 5 with that one. Here's Dragic, cross court to Scola, down low to Gortat. Over Chandler, no.
Didn't finish it though. I mean, he kind of short-armed it up there, worried about a block shot. But a lot of times when you worry about the block shot, you do miss them. Shoot the ball, maybe get to the free throw line.
Kidd and Thomas play catch. Kidd kicks it out to Thomas. They get it again. Another offensive board for the Knicks. That's the buzzer for the 24-second clock. Here's Dragic off to the races. Look out! Oh, he goes down hard on his side. Oh. Goran Dragic writhing in pain.
That's a hard foul. I mean, it's a hard fall. Anytime you extend yourself and you jump and defenders are running from behind, any part of your body that's touched is going to throw you off balance. And that's what happened to Goran Dragic. And that's why a lot of times I fear when guys go in that smaller and they try to take off and elevate very high at the rim. J.R. Smith running back. Let's take a look here. He runs back. And, to me, it seems like he tried to avoid it. I don't know. But, only he knows. Only he knows. Because it's really almost trying to get out of the way. And he catches just a part of Goran Dragic.
Wow, they call a flagrant foul. I mean, it was obviously a terrible spill. And thank goodness Dragic is up and walking around, but you're right, it looked like he was trying to avoid him.
But only he knows, because trust me, basketball players can do certain things that can border on probably trying to send a message and can get away with it. But on that play, it seemed like he was trying to avoid him. But Goran Dragic's elevation, and then again, when you're that small, you don't have much weight, and you don't get to that rim quick enough to grab the rim, then you're going to be exposed. And that's the dangerous nature of a fast breakaway layup.
So now what they do is they call it a flagrant foul. They go and review it.
They look for it too.
They look for a 2, right, to determine if it's unnecessary and excessive, and then there'd be an ejection.
Well, that's his third foul for sure.
It's a 1. It's a flagrant 1, so it's just 2 shots and possession for the Suns. No ejection for J.R. Smith. If it was a flagrant 2, he would have been ejected.
Now, if he had extended his arm, or if he grabbed his leg in any way with his hand, then I'd say it's dirty. But to me, it seemed like he was trying to get out of the way. And I'm sure if Goran Dragic watched the replay, he'll agree and say the same thing.
This is that one. Yeah, I agree with you that, again, you can't read his mind, but it looked like the motion of J.R. Smith, he was not intending to hurt or foul or stop Dragic. He was trying to sidestep him. His arms were down by his sides. But that was a scary fall, no question about it.
You know, if you talk to any basketball player, that's the one play they really despise, because a lot of times you're going to fall on your hip or you're going to fall on your low back, and that means you're going to be sore for a number of days. And so if you play this game long enough, you will experience it.
Dragic, of course, a key component for the Phoenix Suns. Leads them in scoring and assists and steals. He's heading into the Suns locker room. With 4 seconds to go in the half, Gortat misses. Kidd fires the 3 over the backboard into the stands. So we'll get a report for you as soon as possible on Goran Dragic. Big first half for Dudley, who had 17. We've come to the end of the first half. The score, the Knicks 54, the Suns 44. Stay tuned for the Dodge halftime report with Tom Leander and Tom Chambers. You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball, presented by Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Doing it intelligently, and I guess it helps too when the Suns score just 15 points in the second quarter.
But he's got some production from some unsuspecting characters, right? I mean, and Copeland comes off, and so that's what happens. J.Kidd seemed to be jacking him up from 3, as he has been. He's made a few. But I just thought the Suns turned it over at the wrong time. They were able to get the ball and go down and get some easy opportunities. But they're still there. The Knicks are going to struggle offensively this half. I think it's up for the Suns to find somebody with a hot hand.
Big concern, of course, is Goran Dragic, who took that hard spill going for a layup late second quarter. We'll bring you the information as soon as we get it. Time to go inside the box score with Jack in the Box open late, so stop by after the game, make a late night foodie call.
Well, he's the guy with the hot hand, no doubt about it, Jared Dudley. Now, can he continue it? A lot of times guys start to give in to the defense because the Knicks are going to come out and concentrate on Jared Dudley. But if you get 17 in the first half, you know, my motto is you got to get at least 30. And I think for Jared Dudley, if he can get high 20s, it's really going to help his ball club as they cut into this league.
So Jared Dudley with the 17 first half points on 6 for 10 shooting. Here once again is the hard spill by Dragic.
It's just tough. And, you know, it's no way to stop it, because if you brace yourself with your wrist, then you hurt your wrist. I mean, so that's just not a fun place to be when someone knocks you off stride.
Our intrepid reporter Kevin Ray is researching the latest on Goran, and we'll have it as soon as he provides the information. Scola way off. So the Knicks with J.Kidd, James, let's see, who is that? That is Ronnie Brewer in the backcourt. Kidd from 3.
Wow.
J.Kidd rattles it down. He's got 11. And it's the biggest lead for the Knicks. 57-44. Nice pass to Gortat. Swings it out to Telfair. Dudley. Gortat. Nice ball movement by the Suns.
And his move was quick. And that's what you have to do anytime Chandler is in the area. He had great position on Kurt Thomas.
All right, so it's Kidd with White, Chandler, It's like, who are these guys? Brewer and Thomas. Unbelievable, and yet they're up by a 57-46 score.
Well, defensively, they've been pretty good. I mean, only 46 points, you know, for the Suns, and you know they're capable of going on a hot run. We haven't seen that patented run of an 8-0 and knocking down threes and getting to the rim.
Nice move by Brown, overshot it. Scola keeps it alive. Scola double teamed by White and Thomas. He called time before the 24-second horn.
Timeout before the horn. Timeout, Suns.
Won't be much time, but
you know, and if you're Alvin Gentry, I don't know if you want to waste that time out.
yeah.
You know, that's when you're caught. You know,
You're gonna have 1 second, right? Something
yeah.
like that.
You know, why have a second and you know you waste the time out that you know you probably need late in the ballgame.
Suns really have to get it together with their shooting, and particularly from three-point shooting. They have really struggled their last 2 games, shooting 4 for 25. And they had been shooting so well from downtown prior to.
All right, 7:46, Knicks with the lead. Quick update, Goran Dragic, and talking to team trainer Aaron Nelson, doubtful to return. A wrist, elbow, and hip injury at this point, dealing with contusions. They'll continue to monitor him in the second half. We will keep you updated, guys.
Really appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you very much. Well, there wasn't a second. It was a half a second on the clock and shot clock violation, so Knicks take over.
Yeah, well, you know, look, Gortat's not going to get that off that quickly, and especially over the top of Chandler. But, you know, as I suspected, I mean, when you fall like that, I mean, his wrist, his arm, his hip, he was trying to break his fall. But unfortunately, you're falling on a very hard floor, and it just doesn't give much.
Kidd. He got in there too easily. 59-46.
Jason Kidd turned into Carmelo for them as well. I mean, he's looking for a huge game, 13 already.
If you're just tuning in, Carmelo, the second leading scorer in the league at 28 and a half, is not playing because of a hyperextended knee. Scola the foul. His second. Raymond Felton, who's having a good year. His shooting's down, but his average is 16, plus he leads the team in assists at over 6 a game. He's out with an injured finger. And they've had to put a patchwork team together here. They're doing the job defensively and offensively, the Knicks. They lead it by 13, matching their biggest lead. So Goran Dragic should doubtful to return. Scola, everything but, back tap nicely to Telfair. Dudley for 3.
That's the guy. You know, how do you get him open? How do you keep the ball in his hands? That's all what is going to fall on Sebastian Telfair.
Proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Homes donates $100 to Suns charities. Suns 2 for 10 from downtown. Here's Kidd with a quick reply. You got to be kidding. And that's not a pun.
Well, look, the guy is, what, top 3 all-time three-pointers made? I mean, look, he will make them.
And a 3-ball there for Sebastian Telfair, a three-point festival. 62-52 Knicks. Brewer back to Kidd, 7 on the shot clock. Oh, what a pass to Chandler. Down goes Scola. No call.
Anytime an official doesn't make that call, you almost say, well, if he didn't think he fouled him and Scola flopped, then Scola's going to get fined. I mean, you know, it's you're caught in the middle, you know,
right,
because I mean, and that's the key. But you know, when you're in that area, you got to react to contact, and I don't know how they cannot make that call.
At least Scola came back with the field goal. Brewer no. 10-point game. Brown gets around the screen from Gortat. Brewer the rebound.
Shannon Brown is not having a good time shooting the ball. It's at the wrong opportunity too.
1 for 7. James White soaring in. As mentioned earlier, the pass from Kidd. They're trying to get White into the NBA Slam Dunk Contest, and after that, I can see why. Kidd has 5 assists, by the way. Here's Gortat. Chandler got a piece of it. Chris Copeland, who looked pretty good in the first half, is coming back in with J.R. Smith.
And 14, Chris Copeland.
James White, 3rd year out of Cincinnati.
And the Suns lineup number 0, Michael Beasley.
You know, does Alvin Gentry try to just speed the game up? You know, and I think that's the key here, because the Knicks have dragged this to a snail's pace. And it really only speeds up when they get a steal and they're running. And so some way, somehow, the Suns got to speed this game up.
Beasley's in. Scola sits down. 6 points, 2 fouls. And here comes Smith. Smith had 13 in the half. Off to Kidd again in rhythm for 3. High rebound slapped by Chandler. He does that so well, but into the wrong hands that time. Here's Telfair. Pull up. Short.
Yeah, pulled the string on it. I mean, if he just elevated and shot the ball, he had it all figured out.
Chandler up high with Gortat. 9 on the shot clock. This is Smith. Right on.
He got a lot of jump down there with his footwork, and he's doing it against a guy he knows he can get his shot over any time.
That's a long 2 for Smith. Now 15 points. Had 25 against the Lakers yesterday. Dudley, tough shot for 3. Proud to own the 3-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates $100 to Suns charity.
What do we talk about coming into this 3rd quarter? Find the hot hand and stay with him. Suns doing a good job of it.
Suns starting to come around a little bit, but the Knicks 53% from downtown. Dudley with 23, season high already. 22 the previous. Nice pass from Dudley to Gortat. So some signs here for the Suns. Jared Dudley having himself a nice game. 3 for 4 from 3-point range. Chandler fouled by Gortat. Stayed right with him.
Well, he got upset. He didn't get the foul before. He just broke the play. That's carte blanche, but the Suns right now just moving, running, and that's what Gortat needs to do. Take advantage of a player complaining on the other end, and Tyson Chandler run the floor and get a layup.
Let's get it over to Kevin Ray.
Well, guys, I'm talking to Alvin Gentry coming into the tunnel here to begin this 3rd quarter. He was not happy at all, particularly with the team's play. That of the bench in that 2nd quarter when the Suns lost that lead. No ball movement, careless with the basketball, not finding and recognizing the 3-point shooters. All the things that were emphasized coming into tonight's game. So very displeased, and now with Goran Dragic out, the burden is going to fall heavily on the shoulders of Sebastian Telfair to get the ball distribution going.
All right, thank you, Kevin. As Chandler hits the 2nd, he's got 12 points, 7 rebounds. Sebastian Telfair, the man of the spotlight now with Dragic out. Suns down by 11, 5:05 to go in the 3rd. Picked by Gortat, sets up Beasley, way up. J.R. Smith, pullback on Dudley. Prigioni lost it out of bounds.
You know, all this stuff is going on, and it doesn't look pretty. But you know what? Over 16 minutes left in this game, and so you know the Suns are going to have a run here. They just got to make sure they stay close enough to make it effective.
Telfair from 3, right there. So Sebastian Telfair comes up big. 6 points for Bassey. He's 2 for 2 from downtown. Prigioni on the drive and kick. Copeland, no. Dudley stepped in. Nice rebound. Suns showing some spark here. 4 for 5 from three-point range in the third quarter. And there's a nice shot by Gortat.
That's nice there. I think Chandler's a little tired as well. Gortat going right at him.
10-2 run by the Suns, and Mike Woodson doesn't like it. He calls time.
Well, Gortat inside. Footwork has been pretty good lately. He's doing this against the Defensive Player of the Year. Easy.
Fairway Center in Phoenix. We'll give you the results of tonight's text opinion poll powered by Verizon. The question was, which was your all-time favorite holiday gift? And the winner was sports gear at 41%. So fans are happy with basketballs, footballs, shoes, etc. Thank you for participating. Knicks by 6, but the Suns showing signs as Prigioni in the paint. Banks it home.
Made up his mind. I mean, after a second or two, he just said, okay. Sebastian Telfair going at it.
Any point guard, Pablo Prigioni, makes it 72-64. Wide open. I mean, you can't be more wide open than Telfair.
A lot of times when you are that wide open, you tend to outthink yourself. I didn't think he did that time. Got a good look at it.
Prigioni hits a heel, winds up in the hands of Brown. One-on-one with Novak, and the foul.
Say Novak, he's like the little kid at school. Every time somebody sees him, they just pick on him. I mean, Shannon Brown's eyes lit up when Novak was back. He knew he would get to the rim.
Steve may be a little gun-shy after being clobbered by Meta World Peace on a drive yesterday. And
he doesn't remember it.
Right, it probably doesn't. He probably knocked him unconscious for a few seconds. 13-4 run now by the Suns as the Suns get a three-point play the old-fashioned way. And they're down by 5. 2:50 to go in the third. A lot of time left. Prigioni. Good D by Telfair. Here's Smith. Beasley now as Smith got lost in the shuffle, and the left-hand jam by Beasley.
And look, and going to his strong hand. We talked about a run. The Suns are on one now.
Prigioni out of control. Suns have the momentum. Dudley from Brown. Got it from 3. Proud to own the three-point zone. Fulton Holmes donates $100 to Suns Charities. We're tied at 72.
Just like that. You knew a run was coming. Now it's just important to sustain, and you do it on this end.
Prigioni from 3. That's off the mark. Beasley.
Yeah, and look, Beasley's had some success here tonight, but that's one way that they can guard you easily. If you just dribble it down and you go offensively, a couple of movements of the ball will help.
J.R. Smith now. Screen from Novak. Smith meanders through and throws it away. Telfair down to Brown. Brown splits the defense.
I don't think they're going to call a timeout here. They're going to try to get through this quarter, and that's helpful for the Suns.
Suns recapture the lead on a 20-4 run after scoring 15 points in the second quarter. They have really come alive.
Well, they've come alive defensively, one and done, and then finding the good open player with a good look at the rim. And that guy mostly has been Jared Dudley, who came into this half very hot. And as I said, you get 17 and a half, you should be near the 30 range. And Jared Dudley at 26 is looking to have a career high today.
Camby in for Chandler. Fast break points this quarter. Suns with a shutout, 10-zip. It was the other way around in the first half. The Knicks were doing it. So the Suns by 2. Look out. Gortat stopping Smith. Out of bounds with 2.8 seconds. No foul. What a play by Gortat.
That's all about respect. And Gortat saying, I am not allowing that.
Get out of here. Copeland then.
Tough play to guard out of bounds. You got to really talk. You got to switch. And if you do switch, you're worried about the lob that you can't let the rim.
12 for Chris Copeland off the bench. 5 for 7 in 17 minutes. Beasley from deep corner. Got it. A long two. His foot on the line.
Doesn't matter. He'll take
nice stroke.
Any bucket he can.
Yes, indeed. Suns by 2. Smith carving his way in and gets the roll. He was determined in that sequence.
He was determined when he showed up, and they said you're playing a lot of minutes.
Here's Dudley for 3. In and out. Yeah, he must have just lit up when he heard about all the injuries.
He started tying his shoes tight.
This game is tied at 76. Smith. Here comes Beasley. 6 seconds to go in the quarter. 5. Stolen by Smith. Thought about throwing it up. Throws it up here. Deflected by Beasley. Oh, he thought he was fouled. He thought he had a 3-shot foul there. And he stares down the official. So that's the end of the third quarter. The score. The Suns 76. The Knicks 76. The Suns have got the Suns.com promo calendar. The Suns and APS want to honor your middle school or high school for making Arizona a greener place. Install CFL light bulbs or recycle it. You could be awarded 30 lower level tickets to a Suns game. Hey, register your child 10 to 16 years of age to be the room store court kid of the game. And any Valley room store location, he or she could be selected to sit on the court and have a photo taken with the gorilla. Does the basketball court at your school or in your community need a makeover? The Phoenix Suns and APS are teaming up to build and improve basketball courts all over Arizona. For all Suns event promo information, log on to suns.com/promotions. Big night for Jared Dudley. Season high, 26. 9 for 14. Scoring by quarter. How about the way the Suns have turned it around here in the third?
Wow, I knew they would go on a run. I mean, we've seen a run from them in every game this year. Now, the key is can they sustain it to pull the victory out. But look, they were down double figures, and they're right back in it.
One of their chief weapons has been the 3. After going 1 for 8 in the first half, 5 for 8 in the third quarter. So they've turned that around. Tied at 76 in the fourth now. Here's Prigioni. Good defense here. Beasley breaks it up. The shovel from Dudley. Here's Brown. Brown stops and pops.
You know, he didn't get greedy. He didn't go in there among the timber and got the shot away in the nick of time from a Knicks player running behind.
10 turnovers on the Knicks. It's resulted in 11 points for the Suns. Smith. Plucked out of the air by Beasley. Telfair, front court. Spins. Back to O'Neal. Elbow jumper. Got it!
A little bit out of his range at times, but he caught it and didn't think about it. And most times, you'll go up with confidence.
Knicks call time. What a turnaround in this game. Jermaine O'Neal makes it 80-76 Phoenix. Suns have turned it around from 3-point range.
Yeah, they have. And look, that's how they've gotten into games. But I think they moved it well and not bad shots. And again, we talked about it. They've gotten it to the hot hand in Jared Dudley.
Oh, can be wide open.
Wow, he lost his balance wide open. What happens? What happens when you turn 37, 38? Your muscles just start to give out at times. On the basketball court.
I understand. O'Neal. J.R. Smith gets the rebound.
Okay, who's the key figures defensively for the Suns? Jason Kidd, obviously, not afraid to take shots. J.R. Smith.
Nice give and go. Kidd twisting it up. Telfair in the open court. Jettisons to the right. And then J.R. Smith gobbles it up.
Yeah, Telfair's got to penetrate to find, not to finish. Camby is too long.
Here's J.R. Checks the clock. Guarded by Telfair, the two New York, New Jersey guys. Tough shot. That's a long two with Telfair right in J.R. Smith's face.
Oh, they didn't look that.
80-80, 9.5 to go in the fourth. Off the cut, Dudley to Brown. Brown for three, way off.
Now, just because you got hot and got in the game from three doesn't mean that you give nothing but threes then. Move the ball.
Copeland for three. Nobody in blue for the rebound. They just got back.
Jermaine O'Neal's hit some mid-range shots. Michael Beasley seems to be in the rhythm. But who's the hot guy? Jared Dudley. Move the basketball, get some touches.
Sebastian Telfair gets the pick from O'Neal. He finds Dudley. Nice return pass from Jermaine O'Neal.
That's smart or what? Knowing he couldn't get his shot off, he gave up the pass to be able to regain a rhythm and got a great pass from Jermaine O'Neal.
Dudley extending his season high to 28. 10 for 15. Camby with the running one-hander. Out of bounds to the Suns.
It's this smart basketball. Lost his dribble. Had a defender on his hip. Good pass. Cut to the bucket.
Sebastian Telfair. Out of Brooklyn, New York. Beasley. Kidd. And the foul. Beasley just took the bait.
Yeah. But look, I understand why he took it. But Jason's been shooting like Ray Allen. So I get that. Because if you're not aggressive and get there and contest and he makes it, then the coach looks at you and he says, why weren't you there? You know, and so you get caught in between as a player. And unfortunately for Michael Beasley, Jason Kidd, one of the smartest players that this league has seen.
Called a two-shot foul. They reviewed it. Looks like it's going to stay that way. Let's take a look at the Coors Light cold hard facts. Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Check out the best records in the Eastern Conference.
After review, the call on the floor is confirmed.
And here you go. Huge slate of Christmas Day games. One of the biggest days of the year for the NBA. Miami beat Oklahoma City. So the Heat now 19-6. Best of the East. The Knicks 20-8. Atlanta going into tonight's game with Detroit 16-9.
And playing over their head. They won tonight too.
They did win. So they're 17-9.
Oh, yeah.
Even without Joe Johnson, they are third in the East. And speaking of Johnson, the Brooklyn Nets have lost 4 of their last 5, 4 and 13.
They're struggling. Josh Smith for Atlanta, probably the last 2 years, probably should have made an all-star team. They're 31 tonight. So he's sending a message that he wants to be there. And, you know, I think he might get it this time based on them winning. They are probably the surprise team of the league in terms of what their record is, because no one thought after trading Joe Johnson that they would be over 500 and playing very good basketball.
Jason Kidd hitting both. He now has 18. Tied at 82, 8:06 to go. Suns trying to snap the 2-game losing streak after winning 4 straight. The Knicks have lost 3 out of 5. Nice pass by Dudley, but Jermaine O'Neal has stopped. Thought he got fouled. Here's Kidd in the front court. Kidd backs in on Telfair. Swings it over to Copeland. This is Kidd. Kidd posting up on Telfair. Gets into the paint. Flips it up. No. Kept alive by Chandler. Kidd swings it out to Copeland. Copeland with Beasley. Copeland rolls across the lane. Hard drive. No. And O'Neal Stolen away by Kidd. Kidd with the layup.
That's just a thief in the night there. That's a dangerous maneuver because most big guys get the rebound and their elbows are up. Jason Kidd took a chance and just ripped it. Jermaine O'Neal had no idea he was around.
And a season-high 20 for Jason Kidd. Beasley gets the roll.
That's a good shot there. I mean, because he just kept him right on his hip, knowing he can elevate over him, so not worried about the block shot. Didn't put it in the right hand, which sometimes he does.
84-84. Nice comeback by the Suns, but you got to give the Knicks credit. Tough, gritty effort here with all the injuries to key guys. Hanging in there. Kidd, the pull-up.
He went old school to the glass. Oh, he is old school.
Telfair with Novak. This is Beasley putting it on the floor. He was up and down, traveling. They call it a jump ball, though. He got tied up. 5 on the shot clock.
Well, this is all about not allowing the Knicks to steal it, because you know Beasley's going to out-jump Jason, but don't allow any blue jersey to jump in.
Oh, Jared Dudley with time running out on the shot clock.
He is in a zone.
Right off the tip. That's the second 30-point game of Jared Dudley's career. Dudley almost got the steal. Smith. Copeland. Ooh, Smith soaring in, goes out of bounds. Last touch by O'Neal. It'll be Nick Ball.
Official timeout.
The acrobatic J.R. Smith, but
The
what
hot hand.
a move, huh?
Oh, yeah, the hot hand, Steve. It's in Jared Dudley. We talked about it. Get him the ball.
From the Guadalupe Branch Boys and Girls Club for a holiday shop with a jock event. Each child got a $100 shopping spree at the Sports Chalet in the Tempe Marketplace. The Suns Gorilla, Suns alumni, dancers, and Solar Squad, we're all on hand to help spread some holiday cheer.
What's up, man?
I happened to be there, and when he was riding that bike around, I didn't know he could ride a bike. I was impressed.
The multi-talented Marcin Gortat.
He stumbled a couple of times, though. I started to tell him, why don't you ride with no hands? You see, I could have rode with no hands and stood up on the seat.
How about on the handlebar?
And lifted one leg.
I see.
And then fell down and broke my back.
Suns by 3. Here's J.R. Smith around Chandler. He curls and gives.
That's a tough pass, though. He got that between 3 guys.
The threading the needle play. 3-point shooting by half. Suns really picking it up after that 1 for 8, then 6 for 10, 7 for 18 for the game. And the foul.
That's 3. That looks like 3 there. Wow, what was on the line? Jeez. I need to put my glasses on.
You want mine?
I don't know. Are those kind that you have to see a mile away?
They're progressives.
That's a 3.
Yeah, they're gonna look at it. They're gonna change it. You're right.
I thought my eyes were pretty good.
Yeah, you don't need my glasses after all.
No.
Well, he's got a chance now for his career high. He's got 31. Career high is 33.
Oh, he better get it. You kidding me?
Let's get it over to Kevin Ray.
Well, guys, for the Suns fans this season, it has been one crazy emotional ride. They have now trailed by double digits in 22 of 29 games this season. But as we know, no NBA team has had more games decided by 3 points or fewer this season, which is 8 And that doesn't even include the couple of overtime games. So this one looks like it is going to be yet another white knuckle ride right to the finish.
Another cliffhanger.
Well, hopefully not. The way that they're playing now, maybe they can just take off.
We'll see. And Jared Dudley with a career high in points now, 34.
He's in the zone, Steve. I'm telling you. Just give him the ball.
7 for 7 from the line, 11 for 16 from the field, 5 for 7 from downtown. Jermaine O'Neal.
The Suns just half. I mean, first half, Knicks able to shake loose some turnovers, get out, get some layups. Hasn't been the case here in the second half, and that's the balance of the game. That's when the Suns tend to get back in basketball games and have things go their way. But with 5:10 left, you know, a lot of time here, it's who takes care of the basketball down the stretch. It's obvious that J.R. Smith is going to take shots every time he gets the ball, and the one key guy the Suns have to always stay with, because he can change the game in a hurry, is nobody.
Knicks are the oldest team in the NBA. 4 of the 6 oldest players in the league. Their average age is 31. You see Kurt Thomas, who is the oldest guy in the NBA. They don't keep those records, but wouldn't be a stretch to say they're the oldest all time.
Yeah, they're old guys. And trust me, these guys on their team, they're making them feel like they're like 80. You know, when you play basketball and you get to that age, they just, all old jokes are just on you.
Suns by 2, 5 minutes to go. Stolen by J.R. Smith. Let's see what he does here. A gentle dunk.
What did I talk about? I mean, closing time in an NBA game, it takes a lot of toughness. And the Suns going to have to show that here down the stretch against a very physical defensive team.
Smith, who had 25 yesterday, has 23 tonight off the bench. Tied at 90. Another steal. Kidd, the trailer, Smith. Smith fires from 3. Back capped by Chandler. He does that so well. Smith finds Kidd for 3. Jason Kidd. What a run here by the Knicks. A 7-0 tear by New York.
Jason Kidd. Look, he came into the league as a
more at the room store. Leave tomorrow morning for Indiana. The Pacers playing very well. Then off to Minnesota, Oklahoma City to round out the 3-game trip. 3 games in 4 nights. And then back home January 2nd here at U.S. Airways Center for the 76ers.
With Jason Kidd. He came out gunning. He knew he was going to have to take shots, and he has not backed down in the stretch here. The last shot was a huge 3.
93-90 Knicks, 4 minutes to go. P.J. Tucker in there on the mismatch with Chandler. Puts up the hook shot, won't go. Kept alive by Gortat, but Kidd's got it.
Good effort from Tucker to get it over the top of Chandler.
Kidd with 23. A 3-ball from the corner. Chris Copeland. They're calling it 2. His foot was on the line. 95-90. Knicks. Copeland 14 off the bench. Brown wide open for 3. Off the mark.
He's just had a tough game shooting the basketball.
4 for 12. Had been shooting well coming in. On the shot clock. J.R. Smith. Smith gives himself some room. Then he's tied up. 3 seconds. 2. Copeland puts it up. Gets it up. No. Oh, and the Suns standing around. They get a break. Here's Brown. And he sets it up. of bounds with 8 seconds to go. Foul on Kidd.
Yeah, but both teams have done a good job in not getting in foul trouble here in the quarter. Both have another one to give, or 2 before we get below 2 minutes.
Just number 1 on Kidd. Jared Dudley, rare miss.
That's the look you wanted right there. And Tyson Chandler blocked underneath where Todd draws a foul on him.
Second on Chandler.
You know, Steve, look, I understand the three-point shot has been good, but there's nothing wrong with getting to the rim. They know you want to shoot threes. Head fake, get it to the rim, find a teammate, maybe get to the free throw line.
Now they call James White.
Well, and Jared Dudley drawing that attention because he's so hot that they're really fighting to get over screens, and now the Suns in the penalty, one more foul.
19 on the 24. Telfair for 3. Big one.
Yeah, they're giving the Knicks problems moving that basketball around. And tell you, guys aren't shy to get it up.
Suns within 2. Suns now 8 for 21 from downtown, and a foul on Gortat now.
Marcin just trying to stop Chandler from getting a good look at setting a screen on Sebastian Telfair.
Here's a steal by Telfair, and he stepped out.
That was almost a great play there. Unfortunately, just too tight on the baseline. Jason Kidd's a little winded here. If you're Sebastian, you want to get up on him and really put pressure on him when he's this far away from the bucket. Don't allow him to get his rest.
Big break for the Knicks. Knicks by 2. We come up on 1:40 remaining in the 4th. Kidd. Here's Telfair. Telfair racing with Smith. Ball stripped by Smith. The dive. Let's see. Suns ball. Great hustle on both parts.
That's a good steal, but look at P.J. Tucker. I mean, he gets on the floor first, and that allows him to get to the basketball, and that's the hustle that Alvin Gentry expects out of him every time he's on the floor.
Smith sliding out of bounds with the basketball, so it's Suns ball. 22nd timeout here for Phoenix. 95-93 Knicks, minute 28 to go. Suns in position to win this game because Jared Dudley's having one of his great nights.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, he made up for the loss of Goran Dragic here in the second half, and he just continued an effort that he had in the first half. He had 17. And look, when you get that hot, you got to stay focused and understand that you are the one that's got to continue to score. And I think for the first time all year, Jared Dudley carried a great first half into the second half in terms of his aggressiveness, and it ended up being his career high.
First 30-point game by a Suns player this year, season high 34. So the Knicks up by 2. Incidentally, the previous high for a Sun 26 for Goran Dragic and Shannon Brown this year. Off the cut, Brown arches up. A long 2 for Brown, and a timely shot. He's been struggling all night, but that was a good one, a big one.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's not going to shy away from it, and that's the key. I mean, you know, you can be off all game long, but come down crunch time, you know, you have to be that guy that shoots the ball if you've been doing it all year, and Shannon Brown has been that guy.
22nd timeout for the Knicks.
You get a clear out here. It's just you and you know, and the guy that's defending you. And so J.R. Smith, obviously a little winded, you know, playing big minutes tonight. But, you know, when you drop your hands down as a defender, then nothing you can do to stop a player from getting his shot up. And that's all Shannon Brown wanted, was the threat of driving to drop his hands and then go right up over the top.
Tied at 95 with 1:11 on the clock.
But they've been getting their points really off the two-man game. I mean, so I probably think J.Kidd trying to penetrate to find shooters.
Let's get it out to the cold zone with Tom and Tom.
Thanks, guys. Suns showing great resolve without Goran Dragic. TC, a lot of candidates for his top 5 in the Suns postgame show.
There's lots of big shots going down. Hopefully protect the ball. I don't like those steals. Those steals aren't. I don't like.
J.Kidd with those meat hooks.
J.Kidd taking it away. JR's wasn't bad either.
See you guys postgame.
All right, thanks, guys. 1:11 to go.
Got to talk defensively here on this two-man game.
Kidd curls around. Nice catch by Smith. 5 on the shot clock. Tough D by Telfair. Smith. Rebound, Gortat. Suns can take the lead. And first a timeout. Timeout Phoenix with 46.3 seconds to go. 95-95. Their leading scorer and assist man Goran Dragic for the entire second half. And they are in a position to beat the Knicks. Defense, a key tonight.
Yeah, it was good. Look, that was good switching. And look, J.R. Smith, yeah, he was the guy to get the ball, but look where he started to operate, from behind the 3. And that's what you want. If he's going to make that shot, fine and dandy.
Sebastian Telfair has to carry the load with Dragic out. Hit some big shots here tonight.
Suns get 2 possessions here, right? Okay, 46 left. They're guaranteed to get 2 opportunities. But you want this to be the good one, because that will put the pressure on a team that does not have its go-to guy in Carmelo Anthony.
Dudley. And he's fouled. Was he behind the arc?
No, he was inside the arc. He was inside the arc. So here's the kick. Dudley is hot, red hot. And when you put a defender on a red hot guy, they just get lost in the fact that he has been just torching him. And so they're thinking that regardless how tough you're playing them, if they can get a shot off, they're going to make it. And so Jared Dudley, to what he's done this game, I mean, he has established that anytime he gets a good look, it's going in.
Nine for 9 from the line. 36 points for Jared Dudley.
Watch the 3. You don't want them to get a great look at 3.
Suns by 2, 27 seconds to go. Kidd calls timeout. He and Tucker come together. Tempers flare. Two feisty, competitive guys. It's going to happen. Phoenix by 2. It'll be Knicks ball. 24.7 seconds to go. They've got 14 on the shot clock when we return. Don't go away from this one.
But that's
fine. But then he just gave him a little love tap on the side of respect.
You can't hold back an aggressive player that's happy to be in the league and knows what his job is.
Right.
Jason understands that.
'97-95 Suns are standing here at U.S. Airways Center. 24.7 seconds to go.
Great defense here. Good switching. P.J. Tucker very aggressive on J.Kidd and forces him into a timeout. And a little extracurricular, but that's just 2 guys competing.
J.R. Smith inbounds to Kidd. Knicks down 2. Novak back to Kidd. Kidd with Gortat on the mismatch. 5 on the shot clock. Smith, good defense by Tucker. Smith, tough shot, got it. J.R. Smith, huge, ties it.
Wow. Wow. You can't play better defense than that. That's why I always tell you. What if I tell you? Great offense will abuse great defense every time. It makes it work harder, but you can't do anything more if you're P.J. Tucker. I mean, what else can you do? I mean, you're turning him. He has to shoot a fadeaway from 20, and he's raining.
Just a great shot by J.R. Smith.
Well, what the Suns have to worry about here, because a lot of times you get caught in, okay, we got to take the last shot. And that's true. You don't want to take a quick shot and give them a few seconds because the Knicks have a timeout. First of all, you got to get the ball in bounds because you don't have any more timeouts. And then 2, you can't take too much time off because once you get into your offense, I guarantee you, once it gets below 6 seconds and the Suns start their offense, they're going to trap them. And so that's why you don't want to think it's going to be a one-on-one coverage here. They will trap you once it gets below six seconds to really force you out of rhythm.
Suns have no timeouts. Can they win it? Tied at 97. 9 seconds to go. Here's Telfair. Batted away by Kidd. Recovered by Telfair. 1 second.
What I tell you? I mean, that's what happened. You know, Sebastian got into the offense too soon. You catch the ball out here, you got to go. Because if you don't, you're going to get rushed into a situation. And that's what happened, Steve, here. I mean, it just really just took a lot of time off the clock. And a lot of time to win a game, you got to get a stop anyway. And for 10 seconds, you got to catch it and go.
And he stepped out of bounds. You saw it on the replay. It will be Knicks ball with 1 second to go. So now Mike Woodson trying to draw up the game winner. 97-97.
You know, and he's very good at out-of-bounds plays. He proved that in Atlanta, and because he had high jumpers. You know, Josh Smith, and well, Tyson Chandler is that guy. So watch Tyson Chandler screening and a misdirection play go right to the rim. That's what's got to be guarded initially. And then they have really 3 very good catch-and-shoot guys now. Jason Kidd has become one, J.R. Smith, and Novak. So you can't allow them to catch the ball facing the basket. You have to make them catch it with their back to the basket.
Tied at 97. No timeouts left for the Knicks. 1 second on the clock. Enough time to score. They can do a catch and shoot, and it goes. Oh, he did it! J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith wins it at the buzzer. Unbelievable. And the Knicks win it 99-97. A corner jumper on the inbounds from Kidd. And the Knicks come away victorious in dramatic fashion.
Well, they got it to the guy that can get the shot off. And I talked about it. He caught it, and he didn't have to turn much. And if any mistake P.J. Tucker made was that he saw he was running toward the corner. He should have jumped on that outside hand right away. Did not do it. And doesn't matter how good the defense is, I told you. You know, you get it to a guy with a no stressful situation, meaning if he misses it, it's overtime. So he's just going to go up and let it go with confidence, and boy, did he do it.
And it's amazing, Eddie. He stumbled and then recovered, got to the corner, and turned at Shannon Brown in disbelief. And he had P.J. Tucker right in his face.
No, again, P.J. Tucker played great D the last 2 possessions. And then P.J. Tucker might hold his head down. But no, he played great defense in both possessions. And he can't look at it any other way. He just, when you deal with great offense and a great shot maker, it just doesn't matter. All you have to do is make them work hard. He did. But J.R. Smith won that battle. I mean, he knocked down 2 huge shots.
The officials took another look to make sure J.R. Smith did convert it in time, and indeed he did. So now everybody goes back to the locker room. Suns lose their 3rd in a row in heartbreaking fashion. Final score 99-97. They turned it off. The next Suns game on Fox Sports Arizona is Friday as Phoenix travels to Indiana to take on the Pacers. Suns Live begins at 4:30 p.m. Now, for much more on tonight's game, including Alvin Gentry's press conference and reaction from inside the locker room, time for Suns Live, sponsored by CenturyLink with your host